Hi guys and welcome back to TeoGamingLab. If any of you has follow my live stream, you know that I am building a meat-based city, and that is the one that you can see in this video. So let me go through the city for you, and also let me explain you why I am most probably not continuing building this city. And don't forget to let me know if you experience the same problem in the comment or other bugs. If you enjoy my content, please drop a like and subscribe for more, and share if you think that this can be useful for others. I also live stream weekly, twice a week. So open the notification to know when I am live. Now, let's dig into the mid-base city. So let me go through the main parameters. So this city has 770 families. Half of them have Burgers Plot level 3. Nearly half Burgers Plot level 2, and only few family Burgers Plot level 1 with 23 retinue. The approval is neutral, and this is due to the taxation and also for the low food variety, and I will explain you why I have this low food variety in few moment. The regional wealth is pretty fine. It was higher before, but again the city became less efficient, and again I will explain. It's the same reason why I have lower approval for the food variety. On the animal, I have 5 free oxes. Honestly, for a city like this, I would have loved to have a couple more, but it's kind of okay. I have 3 horses. I had 4, but something happened to the fourth one, and I don't have a mule because I barter to this city, but I don't barter from this city. So I don't have any mule in this city. And then since I have a butcher, I have sheep in the pasture that generate lamb. How it is organized, the city? Well, the city is organized in small centers, typically squares, like this is one, this is the other one, then there is some sort of triangle down here, and also I was trying to do a square also in this direction. In the middle of the square, there is generally a market, the granary, and the storehouse, and whenever needed, uh, building for workers, and then all around residential space. I have the manor fully equipped with again the retinue and the outer tower, the garrison tower, and tax office. And then I have a region where that I use for getting the woods. So there is the saw pit and the logging camp here together with the hunting camp. And then we have another saw pit in this area and forester hut here and here. In all this area, the forester hut are working. Why is the city meat-based? Not only for the sheep, but it depends also on the development points that you unlock. So let's see which kind of development point I have unlocked throughout the development of the city. So the first one was basically trapping, because I need to enable straight after the advanced skinning. This is the main development point if you want a city that is meat oriented. Then, since I was planning to have a butcher, I have unlocked the sheep breeding. That's why I have a high number of sheep in the city. And then, since it was my main city, and at a certain point I was struggling with the wood, I have unlocked the charcoal burning. And I also wanted to develop my soldier, and I unlocked basic armoring. I really did not use it because in the normal level, the army is the various enemy army are quite easy to beat, but eventually if they will add other development point for each region, I will continue maybe down this path. And then Here is when the city become less efficient and there's nothing I can do about it. And I will explain you why. I try to rescue the situation, unlocking the beekeeping and building many honey. It did not really work completely, but so far those are the 6 development points that are unlocked in my city. The other feature that basically allow the city to be meat-based are the backyards. And as you can see, the vast majority of the backyard on this city are piggy-based. And they give 2 meat every 5 months, but since I have advanced skinning, they give 2 meat every 2.5 months. So it's basically 1 meat per month per burgers plot. And you still need a little bit more because it's not exactly one, so that you can fill in with the butcher. So the house that you see in front is the yellow one is the butcher, and basically he is allowed to slaughter every sheep that is in surplus. So if I have over 100 sheep, then whatever is over 100 is get butchered, and also is allowed to butcher whatever lamb whenever the lamb number surpass 150 units. On top of that, I have another butcher, and it's this one. This one does not deal with the lamb, but instead it makes sausages. So I barter the salt, and basically with the meat that I produce, I produce sausages. So from one meat and one salt, I get 2 sausages. So I double the meat with the advanced skinning. I produce the meat with the sheep, and I double the meat with the salt uh, doing the sausages. So the meat is quite a substantial portion of the food in this city. Some other number of the city are located in the top right corner. We have the Treasury, which is around 15,000 coin. And basically, the royal taxes arrive to 4.8k. But for the moment, it's easily manageable because I have many Burgess-Plaw level 3 and many Burgess-Plaw level 2. The influence is basically 12.8k is because I did not conquer all the region. You can see basically if I zoom out, I have only conquered 4 region, and the other 4 are there to be conquered, but I also have a surplus of influence because the enemy army keep coming and I keep defeating them, but I am not using all that influence. Of course, if you want to develop Burgess-Plaw level 2 to Burgess-Plaw level 3, at a certain point, the completely meat-based city needs to have a shift. So I added few chicken coop and also some vegetables. Otherwise, I mean, you with the meat it works. But then at a certain point you want burger explore level 3, and if you don't want them, then you can just leave the meat, and that's perfectly fine. You will produce as much meat that you can sell it. But if you want to develop burger explore level 3, then you need to have another source, and my main source is vegetable fields. I know that they are very big. They are managed by 2 family. When it comes to Burgess-Plaw level 3, they will be 4 family. And I have found an upgraded version. Don't miss it. I will post soon a video on how to do a better version of this field. As mentioned, in the very late stage of this city, I started to have also apiaries because I started to struggle with the food, and that is due to the fact that the population was increasing, But then also two other reasons that I will show you in a minute when I will finish describing this city. What do I produce in my city? So it's the main city, so all the main army is here. So in this street I basically have all the blacksmith and also the joiner shop that produce the shields and the blacksmith that produce the offensive weapon. And also I have the bowyer shop which produce the crossbow and the archery, the war bows. Since I have ships, I also produce an enormous amount of wool. One sheep farm and 100 sheep will flood you with wool. But that's also the main resource that I use to barter. The other resource that I produce are planks, but that's pretty much everyone do that because you can do it in the beginning. I have tons of firewood. I have basically also leather, a lot of hides, the iron part for the crossbow, and basically the shoes. That's also important, and all the weapons and the shield. So how we work my city? So the main city, food-wise, you have seen it relies on meat, on veggie, a little bit on chicken, on berries, and yeah, and also this is meat, and the apiaries that are located down here. But then I produce an enormous amount of wool, so I use the wool to barter with the other city, with the other satellite city. I barter the barley with this city. This city import barley and gives it to Immenreut, I suppose it's called. And Immenreut gives the wool to this city. And I have two pack station. And since I cannot give them only the wool, otherwise it will accumulate a lot, they barter also the shoes in exchange of the barley. With this city, there is a bartering of salt. There is no rich deposit of salt in my regions, none at all, even in the new one. So I can now, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it correctly, they import the salt and they barter it in exchange of wool and shoes. Again, I have two pack stations. And then in this region, I have a rich deposit of iron, and they barter the iron to the main city in exchange of wool. And I think that here I have only one pack station because unless you sell the weapon, you just need them for the army. So I didn't need so many of them. And to sustain the import, I have the rich deposit of clay, which produce a lot of roof tile, and I produce the yarn with the wool that I import from the main city. So I export the yarn and the roof tile in here, and also in here rich deposit of clay and yarn, and also here rich deposit of clay and yarn. So the side region earn a pretty decent amount of money. They use all their regional wealth to import the resources that the main city is lacking, and the main city have one strong export, actually two, which is the shoes and the wool. And the bartering, I have to say, is working fine. It's definitely not missing any resource because, as you can see, I have 460 sold, and then barley wise I have 124, and the iron slab I don't know if I have them enough because I use them to no I use them to produce the weapon, but I can show you that I have enough weapon. I use one storehouse for all the weapon, and here you can see that I have quite a nice surplus. I can also sell them. The army. As regard the army, I have full militia for all the kind that I have chosen. I have two spears, which I basically put in front. I also have a tutorial on how I use my military. I have 2 footmen. I don't use the pole arm because I think that is the shittiest militia, but maybe now it has changed or it will change, so things evolve. And then I have 1 archery and 1 crossbow, and this is due to the fact that archery were shit before. Now they are much better, but yet I use 1 each. You can eventually decrease the amount of spears and put 1 archery more. I feel comfortable with this. And then I fill in with the retinue. This is the retinue in my main region. I had 24 retinue also for Nuslohe, but that city started to struggle together with the main city, so I lost a few of them. I had 5 here, and I had half of them in here, and it was far enough than the needs I had. I used to build the complete manor in all the region at the edge of the map to face the riders if in case they come from this direction. I have all the time to come with my army from this direction and lock myself into the structures to minimize the losses. However, it does not always work. Actually, I have to say that many times it doesn't. But I also have to say that this is the most underdeveloped structure in the game, and probably will take a bit more effort to fully implement this custom. And also, in the best of the world, you would like to build it on a hill, but there is not so many hill in this map and it's mostly flat. So this is what I could do. It can definitely be done better. So why at a certain point the city was not efficient anymore, so why it did not work anymore? Well, I mean, everything worked fine until the population was up to 550 family. Then things start to not go so well, and the first thing that I noticed is that the ox freeze all the time. And you can see what I mean in here. The ox make a few steps and then he stop. Then the guide catch up. Then he goes again and he stop. And then the guide catch up and it goes in an infinite loop. What I notice is that it mostly happen at the very high speed. If you do it at the normal speed, then it goes a little bit better, but you can't really go at the normal speed the entire day, otherwise, the entire time. Otherwise, you will never succeed to do anything. So when you go to high speed, the city become extremely inefficient. Then I started to see that the people at the well queue. Then I started to build more well. But as you can see, the people idle. They don't do what they are supposed to do. Then you go to the normal speed. Things probably goes a little bit better, but again, you cannot go at the normal speed the entire day. If you go to a very fast speed, the month pass very fast. So it means that the people idle and things are not getting done for a long period of time. So your city become really inefficient. And it's not only the well. As you can see, people queue at the trading post. So your city is not really selling or buying anything. So also the bartering is not working. People idle and they wait for, I mean, they are there doing nothing. It should go 12 times the speed. It goes half of it, probably even less. If you go to the normal speed, probably it helps a little bit, but as you can see, people it's just idling. So and the same thing goes with the food. People idle. People don't prepare the food. So after a certain point, the food is not produced. And in the meantime, many months pass. So either you go at normal speed all the time, and in I mean you judge if you can play the game at the normal speed or not, especially with a very big city. but in the moment you speed up the game, then people idle at all level. So you cannot, you earn much less money, you produce much less food, you produce much less resources, you barter much less. The fields, they don't get plowed by the ox. So the city basically doesn't work anymore. And I notice this problem from when I have 500 families up, maybe 600. So this is why I have now 770 family. When I had 600 family, I did not have problems. You can check my previous live; they are all in on my channel. But I cannot play anymore in these conditions, so I have to let go this city and start another one. Hopefully, in short, it will come an update and this problem will be fixed. All right, guys, I think I have gone through the vast majority of the thing that happened in my 13 episode of live for this city. I will start soon another city. I just need to think the next concept that I want to try. I am oriented to try a more complicated, a more difficult scenario. If you want to follow my live, subscribe and open the notification so you know when I will do them. And also, if you enjoy my content, please drop a like and share if you think it's useful for other people. And with that said, thanks a lot. Have a great day, and I hope I will see you soon. Bye, guys.